Hello guys, and I'm really glad to see you again. So I think it's been 2 weeks since last time I posted the video. Well, the problem is we are getting into the winter and now the days are shorter and we don't have so much work in the greenhouse. And as you can see, I moved into the greenhouse because it's warmer right now. I think I have 17 Celsius degrees and outside I think there are 2. So as you can see, I have 2 date palms, and besides them I have 2 Washingtonia robusta that I took from an office. They are mine for several years, but they don't have any space anymore over there, so I took them home. But as you can see, the date palm that I pruned the roots are looking very well right now, very well. They are starting to grow, so the experiment work. I want to see how they are going to manage in the next summer. But right now I'm keeping them over here because I don't have any freezing temperatures, but when the temperatures are going below 0 Celsius degrees, I will take them inside. But because I don't have so much work outside, I said, okay, I'm going to show you the plants that I have inside. So one of my favorite plants that I have inside is this. So this is Benjamina, Ficus Benjamina. This is one of my favorite plants. I think I have 2 types of Benjamina ficus. I have the one that is green, and this one that is green with yellow, I think, or white, something like that. But I really enjoy this one more. This one I have a big tree, but I cannot bring them inside in the greenhouse because I have them inside. They are big trees. So these are all cuttings from the mother plants that I have inside, and that's why I think now that I have them for several years, I can really give you some advices on how to grow them. So these plants, of course, they will not survive freezing temperatures. So they are plants that you should grow inside. Or if you don't have freezing temperatures, you can let them outside. But they grow best when they have 15, 20 Celsius degrees. So if you are in in zone 9, I don't know, maybe 8B or something like that. I have to check that on the internet. Maybe you can grow them all year outside. But for me, these ones, I always keep them inside. So they are very easy to grow plants right now for me. But in the beginning, I didn't know a lot of them. So it's exactly like any other gardener. I just took a plant, buy a plant, and then go on the way to see how they grow or die. So I managed to keep them alive. So okay, these plants get really big in their natural environment. They are they are trees actually, and they are growing very beautiful. And about light, they really need a lot of light. These plants are in the window, so they manage direct sunlight. If you put them inside your house next to a window and you have direct sunlight, you don't have to worry about the leaves getting crunchy and falling. No, it's not about there's no problem about that. So as much as light as you can give them. Okay, the soil, and by the way, now in the winter, because we don't have so much light, every year the leaves will stop to drop. Look, I'm going to show you what happened over here already. So you can see here, I have a lot of leaves that are dropping from the plant. So don't worry, this is normal. This is going to happen. And in the spring, when the days are going to get longer, they will start producing new leaves. Sometimes in the lower part of the plant, it will not grow. So exactly like this one. But this one, I tried to make it like a tree, and I already cut everything here. But the mother plant that I have inside, it's a big tree, and down I don't have so many leaves. And sometimes it will not grow. So, but don't worry, the plant won't die. It's just a natural response to the light that you have in the house. You can keep them somewhere where it doesn't have direct sunlight, but it will mean a thing. They will not have as much leaves as you would have them in the window. So if you put them somewhere where it doesn't have any light, the plant won't die, but they won't be so bushy, okay? So this is the problem with the light. With the soil, you don't have to worry about it. I always keep it simple. Peat moss and compost, as you want, just mix it, and be sure that you are going to feed it a lot in the growing season, like probably around from May until the fall. From spring to fall, just give it. I use organic food on my plants, so I have an aquarium inside the house, and when I take the water, when I have a water change from my tank, I just put some organic compost inside, mix it a lot, and just wait probably one day, and then the next day I will feed all my plants from inside. Everything I feed. And even in the winter, I will give them probably once or 2 weeks that same mixture. But if you're using a chemical fertilizer in the time in the fall and probably in the winter, I wouldn't use chemical fertilizer on any of my plants. Okay, so organic fertilizer once a week. I don't care all year long. If you use chemical fertilizer, stop in the fall. Okay. So in the soil, I'm just going to have probably half peat moss and half compost, and on that I'm going to mix a little bit of perlite for drainage, because one of the problem of this plant is it likes moisture, but it doesn't like wet feed. So the roots can die, can rot if it's too much wet. So when you are watering these plants, give it a good soak and then just leave it until the soil is getting dry. I'm using this method on all my plants, probably I think all of them that I have in the house. I'm going to make a separate video about each and every single plant that I have in the house, and I think I have 20 or something different types of plants. And if I think about it, yes, I think all of them, when I water them, I give them a good water and then just let them until the soil is not bone dry, but almost dry. So I put a finger inside and I see, okay, this is dry. So have my finger, and then I say, okay, I'm going to give it a little water. But the best way to know when to water your plants is to take them in your hand and weight them, because you know when you water them, all this peat moss and the compost and the soil inside, it's heavy. But when it needs water, it's going to be very easy, very, very loose, okay? On the Ficus Benjamina, you will have to be very careful not to let the soil go bone dry, because the leaves will start to fall. So just be very careful, but in the same time, in the winter, don't overwater it. Just be very, very careful on watering these plants, okay? So we talked about the light, we talked about the soil, we talked about how to water these plants. Exactly as I told you, I personally water them in the summer probably around once a week, and in the fall probably once 2 weeks. In the winter in the same, because the temperature in the house is the same. It's all somewhere around 22 Celsius degrees. So it's not that different, but the problem is the light, as I told you. So one of the main reasons that I saw on other Ficus Benjamina, I didn't have that problem, are pests. So what you will have to be careful is mites, red mites. I saw on other people Ficus Benjamina, and even in the markets when I was there, I saw mites, and that's very troubling, because you will see when the leaves are starting to drop and the leaves are going to start to turn yellow, then you will have a problem, and you have to see if the root is the problem, if you are using too much water, or if you are using or if you are having mites. So red mites, red spiders, but they are small, so you'll have to be careful about that. Other than that, I didn't saw any problem whatsoever with the plant. You'll have to be careful when you are touching the plant and maybe ripping a little bit of the leaf, you will have a white sap over there. So that white sap can be can irritate you on the eyes if you put it on the eyes. So you have to be very careful about that. And if you have children inside the house, just be very careful. So if you have any questions, I think I explained everything. By the way, yeah, growing it, propagating it. It's very, very, very easy to propagate this plant. So this plant, you can take a little bit of cutting. Exactly, this is what I've done with these plants. So I can tell you, you can propagate these in two ways. One, just take a little bit of stem, put it in the soil and water it, and just let it there. It will grow roots. Very, very easy. And the second way to propagate Ficus Benjamina is to take exactly this stem. So this is the easiest way, because you will see most of the parts, most of the times, all the cuttings make roots. Just take a little bit of a cutting and put it in water and just wait. And I guarantee you, most of the cuttings, probably 99%, will make roots. I've done this with these and with these. They work both ways. If you want to put them inside the soil, don't worry, they will make roots. If you want to grow them if you want to propagate them in water, it's working, okay? As you can see, you can grow these plants as a tree or as a bush. It depends on your preferences. I said, okay, I'm going to try both ways, and they both work. They both look beautiful. This one, I'm going to just let it grow like a bush, like a big bush, and this one I'm going to just cut and work my way all the way. I'm going to make a tree out of it, because the mother plant is exactly like a bush, but it's inside, and I don't have here at the base, I don't have any stems or leaves. So I'm going to make this one exactly like a tree, and I'm going to prune all these little stems over here, and I'm just going to make a round shape tree out of this. Okay, so this is all I know about Benjamina, about Ficus Benjamina. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, stay safe and grow plants. See you guys, bye!